Alright, hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. What are we going to talk about in this one this time? As you can see, what I am standing right next to, leave me alone while I do this, thank you very much, so rude. It is an ore node. This is all the crafting materials and such in this particular video. I'm going to discuss this is what they look like if you haven't found them yet. And it's very, very nice in regards to these because you don't have to worry about a long animation for, say, with a mining pick or any of that such. And most material crafting, gathering MMOs and various things of that sort. So this is just one touch and you move on. It's very, very glorious. Now, as you can see there, I only had reinforced gold or reinforced scrap and some gold. Which, to that effect, it is good for a lot of players that are still needing scrap and gold for upgrading their crafting ranks, or their blacksmithing ranks in their gear, excuse me. But so there's that. Now, I didn't get any more. You get iron ore and silver ore from these nodes as well, if you are not already capped. Yes, that's right. Here we go yet again. The ugly time gating stuff has reared its head once more, per usual, and we have weekly caps. We have weekly caps assigned to all of these materials. As it says in so many words right here, ores have a weekly collection limit from mining and any other source that awards these materials. Yeah, so the iron ore seems to have capped at 190. The silver ore caps at 150 for the skill stones, and the stained remains or fangs, whatever you want to call them. The stained remains to me honestly sounds kind of dumb when they look like fang tooths or tusks. Yeah, monster material. No, you get these from elites and boss monsters mostly. They don't always drop, mind you. So it's not a guaranteed thing like the pet food, the familiar food that we would get from all elite packs. No, these ones are randomized in when they drop. But they also have a weekly cap at 150. All right, and then the rhodolite, of which I have gotten the vast majority from these ore nodes as I've been going through the open world. You get a weekly cap of which we already knew was at 6. So I'm one away, still scrounging my best to try and get that last one. I've done various content in the game that you can acquire these from. You can get them in Terror Rifts. You can get them from Hellslayer bounties. Some people have chimed in on. I did one myself. Hang on, I'm getting attacked. I'm being surprised. Leave me alone. All right. So anyway, I should probably go to a safe zone to continue the spiel here. But nonetheless, right there. Oh yeah, they did change these to show ranks on them now. That's interesting. No, where are we? Back to it here. Yeah, the rhodolites. Yeah, some had said they had got it from Hellslayer bounties. I did one myself. I didn't want to burn too many of my Terra essences in the process, and I got absolutely nothing from it. I didn't get a legendary from the Hellslayer bounty Oblivion Pillar run that I did by myself, and so I had nothing to show for it other than just utter disappointment. So I'm like, nah, I'm all right. I'll pass. I got 5 so far just from... I got 1 from a Terror Rift. I did get 1 from a Terror Rift run, so that is also feasible, and that's probably where I might end up getting my last one here. It is the next day, so I want to get into a party for a Terror Rift and run those for the normal gem party farm and see if I can get the last rhodolite crystal for the week here before it runs out that way. So that is the method of madness that I prefer to do, and it is indeed madness because to get those caps, with which unfortunately we have them on, you have to basically run the open world, and I haven't run it this frequently in a very, very, very long time. I would suggest tying it in with, say, your daily bounties that you're running, just to take the edge off a little bit, and so that you can kind of just, find them as you just go around. Now, the nice thing about the nodes is they do not seem to be, they do seem to be tied to your individual instance for yourself. So you don't have to worry about rushing to a node if you see players next to it. because they won't even see it. It would be invisible to them. It's very nice because I've gone into heavily farmed areas, the usual spots, and I find nodes there, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to make it there in time because this is a farm spot. And then they're just completely oblivious to it. Well, granted, a lot of those are the AFK farmers, so they would be anyway. But the ones that were actually moving around and active in other spots as well, just doing random stuff, I knew that they were doing like shadow quests and such. They just ran right past it, didn't even touch them. So that's the one thing the devs, I think, actually coded correctly for once. It's glorious. I don't know how they did that and how they can botch so much else. But for whatever reason, they got this right. They did something right for once, and it's nice because, you know, if it's in your instance, it's for you alone. So that's very, very good. All right, on to the next thing. Where is the best places to find these nodes? Get that question asked a lot so far in game, all over the place. So I figured I'd go ahead and do the thing now. As you can see, I did find one. Leave me alone. Okay, clean this up again. There we go. I did find one right about here. They're not in the same place every time, which is good. They're random, which is also good. But as you can see, I am currently on the cemetery map. It is nice and open. It has a lot of nice and open areas. There are nodes tucked away in little corners sometimes, true, and I have found some of those on some of the other maps. But in doing this testing all day, as I have been trying to do, to narrow it down to some nice areas, I find that Ashwold Cemetery is okay. It's not the absolute greatest, but it's okay because, like I said, again, any zone that has like these open areas like this are good. Like here and here, there is even some by the spiders. There was a couple here back to back over here in the garden area, and I think there's been some here. You get the idea, though. These have like general, larger, flat open areas where it makes it easier to just maneuver. Darkwood, they have you do a quest here for gathering nodes to begin with, so this is inherently a good place in general as well. The swamp, I've gotten some all through here, all through the map in Darkwood, honestly, all through the map and random. The respawn times, it's hard to gauge because they're placed in different spots. But I do find that if you go back to, like, say, a safe zone and then head back out, sell your stuff off, because you will be gathering a lot of scrap and junk along the way because you're just going to be killing stuff left and right anyway. So you might as well, dump your bag and start the whole process over again. It does seem to help by doing so and getting more to show up again. I don't know. That's just my experience with it so far. Let's see. Frozen Tundra. Frozen Tundra is actually a good one too because, the plains, they're pretty open here and they have some nodes in there. The Ancient Graveyard, there's some nodes fairly frequently, and I've found some through this area here as well. Let's see. The major big one here is Biofin. Biofin for sure, as you can see, because everything's connected in one large piece of landmass. Biofin's really, really good for that reason, I think, and that's why the nodes spawn pretty frequently and pretty consistently all throughout Biofin, just because of the type of landmass that it is. You'll find some in with the pygmies all the way over here. The fetishes, pygmies, fetishes, same thing. Over here, I found them all throughout Biofin, and especially all through up this area here too. So yeah, these are the areas I would suggest if you're looking for places to find, places to farm these nodes. Then that's where to go. I just wanted to kind of put together my collective experience so far in this. This is all probably going to be subject to possibly change. We're not entirely, this is day 1, day 2-ish on, the experience of everything so far. Oh, now the other thing to farm that I did mention, and when I showed it, was the fangs, or the stained remains. Back into a safe zone again here. The stained remains again. Farming these. Namari. The Temple of Namari in Biofin as well is going to be your friend, as it always has been when it comes to getting a lot of bosses. The bosses at the end. Now, granted, I've had multiple runs I've done and I've tested. Sometimes you'll get these to drop from the monsters, the bosses at the end, right before Shargoth. Or Sargoth. Sargoth will sometimes not give you these at all. They don't always drop, but you have the highest chance, of course, because there's that many bosses in a row at the end of that dungeon, and that dungeon's one of the fastest ones anyway. It's become our best selected choice whenever it comes to speed runs. Namari. Temple of Namari is the way to go. Hands down. So if you really want to get these done fast, that is where you want to go for the Stained Remains. And again, the nodes, I showed you on the maps for that. And then along the way, hopefully when you're doing the farming of the nodes, like I said, I got 4 out of 5 so far of the rhodolite crystals from just gathering from the nodes. And then I got 1 from a Terra Rift. And like I said, I am hoping to get another one soon here from Terra Rift runs that I'm going to do for party gems. So I'd say Terra Rifts and open world node farms while you're doing your bounties is the best way to go about trying to get your weeklies in for the rhodolite crystals. These seem to be the hardest, of course, to cap, obviously, because I've already capped the other ones. So there you go. I hope that clears up everything as best as possible here. I didn't actually plan on going quite this long, but I wanted to be as in-depth detail as I could have on this entire shebang. See, like I said, I've been seeing questions all over the place on it, and honestly, rightfully so, because it's new, it's fresh, it's ooh yeah. But as far as the crafting part goes and that stuff, I'll wait until I get my maximum limit on the crystals, and then I'll go ahead and put a video together for that as well, so you can see the entire process. And again, these are guides. These are guides for the general and casual player-based public as well. I just figured I want to put this together as best I could with what I had to work with and all the testing that I did today on this. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Stay safe out there in the real world. As always, everybody, take care of yourselves as best you can. One day at a time. It's all we can do. It's the best we can do. And until next time, see ya.